The crystalline halls of the Zenthari royal palace had never witnessed such chaos. Queen Velshara lay motionless on her biomechanical throne, her usually luminescent skin now a sickly gray, her breathing shallow and irregular. The greatest physicians of 17 star systems surrounded her, their appendages moving in frantic patterns as holographic displays showed incomprehensible data. "The neural toxin is spreading," announced High Physician Krelox, his 4 eyes dimming with defeat. "We have exhausted every treatment in the Galactic Medical Database. Her Majesty has perhaps 3 rotation cycles remaining." The assembled court nobles released harmonized sounds of mourning. The Zenthari Empire, which had stood for 12,000 years, would fall into chaos without their queen. Succession wars would tear apart 100 colony worlds. Ambassador Chen Wei stood at the back of the throne room, his simple gray suit a stark contrast to the elaborate carapaces and energy-woven garments around him. He cleared his throat, a sound that somehow cut through the alien lamentations. "If I may," he said in flawless Zenthari, "humanity might be able to help." The court fell silent. Then came the laughter, a discordant symphony of clicks, whistles, and harmonic vibrations that humans could barely perceive. "The human speaks," Krelox said, his voice dripping with condescension. "Tell me, mammal, does your species even possess medical technology? You've been spacefaring for what, 2 of your centuries? We've been practicing medicine since before your ancestors crawled from the primordial soup." Chen's expression didn't change. "We have a physician in the embassy, Dr. Sarah Okonkwo. She specializes in xenobiology and toxicology." "Impossible," another physician interjected. "The Queen's physiology is beyond your comprehension. Her nervous system operates on quantum entanglement principles. Her cellular structure incorporates 11-dimensional proteins. What could a human possibly—" "3 days," Chen interrupted quietly. "You said she has 3 days. What do you have to lose?" The silence that followed was different now, heavy with desperation. Queen Velshara's 3rd consort, Lord Thaim, stepped forward. His voice was hoarse with grief. "Bring the human." Dr. Sarah Okonkwo arrived within the hour, carrying a worn medical bag that looked absurdly primitive in the high-tech throne room. She was a woman in her 50s, with gray-streaked hair pulled back in a practical bun and sharp, intelligent eyes that took in everything. The assembled physicians parted reluctantly as she approached the dying queen. Sarah set down her bag and pulled out what appeared to be an ancient stethoscope. "You cannot be serious," Krelox hissed. "That is a mechanical listening device. We have quantum scanners that can map every atom in Her Majesty's body." "And yet," Sarah said mildly, placing the stethoscope against the Queen's thorax, "she's still dying." She listened in silence for a long moment, then moved to check the Queen's pulse, or what passed for it in Zenthari physiology. Her fingers found pressure points that made several physicians gasp. How did she know where to touch? "May I see your scans?" Sarah asked. Holographic displays materialized around her, showing impossibly complex 3-dimensional models of the Queen's biology, data streams in languages and mathematical systems that took human computers weeks to translate. Sarah studied them for perhaps 30 seconds. "There," she pointed at a cluster of neurons near the Queen's primary ganglion. "The toxin is metabolizing into a secondary compound. Your scanners are so sophisticated they're seeing it as part of her natural biochemistry." "Preposterous," Krelox sputtered. "Our instruments are calibrated for perfection," Sarah interrupted. "They're looking for what should be there. I'm looking for what shouldn't be." She turned to her bag and pulled out a simple glass vial containing a clear liquid. "This is saline solution. Salt water. I'm going to inject it directly into the affected neural cluster." The court erupted. Several nobles called for the human's immediate execution for such an insult. Krelox's skin flushed purple with rage. "You would treat our queen with salt water? This is beyond incompetence. It's barbarism." Sarah's eyes hardened. "Your quantum entanglement diagnostic couldn't see the problem because it's too simple. The secondary metabolite is hydrophobic. It's creating pockets of space where neural signals can't transmit. The saline will disperse it. Impossible. Such a crude solution." "Will work," Sarah said firmly. "Because sometimes the answer isn't more complexity. Sometimes it's less." She looked directly at Lord Thaim. "It's your decision, but I'd recommend you make it quickly." The consort stared at the human doctor, this representative of a species the Galactic Council still considered barely civilized. In her worn bag and simple clothes, she radiated a confidence that all their advanced technology couldn't shake. "Do it," he whispered. Sarah's hands moved with precise, practiced efficiency. The injection took less than a minute. Then came the waiting. The court watched in breathless silence as colors slowly began to return to the Queen's skin. Her breathing deepened, steadied. After 5 minutes, her eyes opened, brilliant gold irises focusing on the human standing beside her throne. "Who?" The Queen's voice was weak but clear. "Are you? Dr. Sarah Okonkwo, Your Majesty. How do you feel?" The Queen sat up slowly, assisted by her frantic consort. The holographic displays showed her neural activity returning to normal patterns. Impossible, according to every physician present, yet happening before their eyes. "I feel well." The Queen's gaze swept across her court, landing on Krellox. "Explain." The High Physician stammered. "The human..." She used salt water, just salt water. Queen Velshara's expression was unreadable. Then slowly she began to laugh, a sound like wind chimes in a gentle breeze. "The Council believes humans are primitive," she said. "Brutal, simple." She looked at Sarah with newfound respect. "Perhaps they're right. Perhaps that's exactly what makes you magnificent." Sarah smiled slightly, packing her stethoscope away. "We've been solving problems with limited resources for millennia, Your Majesty. Makes you creative." As the human doctor left the throne room, escorted with honors previously reserved for planetary saviors, the entire Zenthari court stood in stunned silence. They had witnessed something their sophisticated minds struggled to process, a reminder that sometimes the most elegant solution wasn't the most complex one. And perhaps, just perhaps, humanity had something to teach the stars after all. In the weeks that followed, the Galactic Medical Database received its first human entry. The citation read simply, "When advanced diagnostics fail, remember the fundamentals." It was signed Dr. Sarah Okonkwo, Earth,